Hey guys, this is a new show that I'm going to be doing every week called Fishing with Matt, and obviously I'm Matt, and this is my first episode, so I'm going to outline what I should be doing in every episode. It should be about 20 to 45 minutes long, 40 minutes, just like a normal TV show would be, and no commercials though, and it should consist of me showing you guys how to make a teaser bucktail rig for that fish. Each episode is going to be a different fish. Showing how to fish it, how to tie to your rod, stuff like that, knots maybe. And then me fishing it. But this episode, there's not going to be any footage of me fishing it because this is going to be a Fluke episode and it's December, so that's not going to work out. But that's just what I decided to do first, is Fluke. But, mostly because I just got a new Fluke reel, but, so, I'm at episode 1, Fluke. I guess, maybe if you want to do floundered also, you can do that, sure. So, I'm going to show you guys how to do a bucktail. Now, let me just zoom in here. Let me try to go back. See if you can go back all the way, and okay, try to move this up as high as it can go here for you guys. Okay, this is as good as it's going to get for you guys. Sorry about that. Now, today I'm going to be using a 3.0 VMC hook. I'm going to show you guys how to make a bucktail. It's not like a spur-like bucktail, but just bucktail. I'm using a 3.0 VMC hook. Gamakatsu is the best brand, but I just saw these and I said, wow, it was probably about 75% lower than Gami's. So, I'm actually going to zoom out a little bit and lower that for me. And I got an idea. Okay. This is very low height, but I think it's doable. So yes, I have a good vise that I use a rotating vise here. Now the thread that I use for all my bucktails, not all my teasers, but all my bucktails, is a Red Candy, what is this, gutter rod, size D nylon thread. Now that company is closing soon. It's actually rod wrapping thread, but I like it for these. Now, I'm going to start it off by, I don't know if you know how to start it, but you're going to just place the thread like this on the hook, and you're going to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna place this thing, and then you're gonna wrap this rotating vise sometimes rotates on its own. Wrap right over that, and that moved, so slide that up. And gotta tighten this in. Okay. So what you're gonna do here, you're gonna wrap over it a few times. By a few, I mean about 10, not 2 or 3, because that is not doable. It's a little high on the camera, but you should be able to see it. You're gonna wrap over that little tag end that you just cut off. Now, I'm gonna show you a white and chartreuse color. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna use the white first, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut I'd say probably double the length. The hook, I don't know. Let's see. I just cut a piece bucktail, maybe a little bit more than double, I guess. It's about, you know, a nice thickness, not too little, not too much, just right. You're gonna wrap that down there. Now, bucktail should be available at most of the stores that are nearest you, and most of the tackle stores nearest you. Now, a good place if there are no tackle stores that supply that is Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's. If you don't want to pay for shipping, then you guys can send me an email, and I could probably get that for you and ship it to you, no problem. I'm gonna put a little bit more white bucktail because I want to tie down twice, 2 different loads, as I like to say, of each color. Now, I mean, the greatest thing about making your own teasers and lures is that, I mean, well, one, I like it, it's a lot of fun. 2, a lot of stores don't carry the designs that you're looking for, so you can do whatever design that you need. And now I'm gonna cut a piece of chartreuse, place it on there. Now, bucktails about $5 to $6 each. You could probably make, what, I would probably say about, depending on how much you use per lure, 100 to 200, maybe less. I mean, if you're doing like a lot of bucktail per thing, then not that much. Like I said, you're gonna cut another grouping of here and there. Tie this. Yep. And you could do whatever design that you want. So if the tackle store doesn't have it, then, you know, just go home and you can Google it. If you Google teaser designs, fly designs, bucktail designs, a lot of stuff comes up. Very helpful stuff. And probably get started. You could get started for probably with a vise setup. I actually have a vise for sale if anyone's interested in that, a good vise. I don't know, probably about, with the vise, $100 to set up. And do whatever design you want, and you save money, and you know that it's going to be a quality product if you make it, and there's nothing like the thrill of catching a fish on your own product. And now what I like to do is I like to just knot this off here. A lot of guys use the whip finisher, which I am not a fan of. And I actually did a video and I got a message from a guy who does this for a living, and he said to use the whip finisher, but I've spoken to some other guys that I know that also do this, and they said that is not necessary, and they also just knotted. Now what I do, which I am not gonna do now, is I'm just gonna zoom this guy out here. Now, let me just reach over and grab this for you guys. I use Flex Coat, Color Preserver, and Thread Sealer. Now, most of the time, the label's ripped. Most of the time, use this for rods. Now, what I do is I just get a brush, I just dip it in there, and I just, not doing it right now, but I just put it on the thread of the bucktail. Let it sit for about 5 seconds. Get a paper towel and just squeeze the excess into that paper towel. And you're not squeezing it, you're not wasting it. What it is it just gets absorbed into the thread with that 5 seconds that it's on there. Dry it out, put it here. Well, actually what I do is I make a whole bunch and then I do this. That way I don't waste any that is on the brush, and then you clean the brush off. And then once this dries, you just get a good scissor, you just cut the tag end off. And I use a 30-minute epoxy and a rotator to dry them, as I have right there. So I'm not going to show you this episode, but I will do that. And that works. Now, see, a 30-minute epoxy gives you about 10 minutes working time. Just 30 minutes, but really, you can shut it off within 35 minutes of mixing the epoxy to dryer, but I wouldn't touch it within, let it dry 45 to an hour for that. So, let me just put this right here. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to do some rigs and stuff like that. So, Ooh, I put this on the wrong. Just give me a minute.